Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I think an update I did to my PC broke everything. Hello? Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. Hello? Hello, cutie lights. Hello, Hog. Hello, Holly. Hello, Thax. Thank you so much for resubscribing, Hog. Thank you. Happy 16 months. That's so long. Thank you very, very much. Oh, wait, I can fix... Fuck. Everything really is broken. Oh, Lights, thank you so much for resubscribing. Oh my god, Lights, thank you. 20, Jesus Christ, 20 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't know why everything's borked. Even more months. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's see if I can fix my fucking... There they are. Cruise control. You son of a bitch. Why is it borked? I swear I did an update to the PC and now everything's broken. It's not right. Let me see if I can fix this really quick. Windows, yeah, for real. Triggers. Success, it worked. It should have worked. Huh. Hello, cutie woo. It's good to see you. Huh. I'm not sure the head pads aren't working. Or the counter. Okay. I'm gonna... This is tough. This is tough. But Haru... I'm excited to watch you play Slay the Princess. I'm gonna disable head pats for this stream then. And once Haru's feeling better, I will ask her to help me see what's wrong. Because I'm truly not sure. I'm so sorry. So sorry, everybody, about the head pats. I don't know. Me giving pats in spirit. Well, I appreciate it. I will still accept the emote head pats. They still mean a lot to me. And thank you for petting Elton. Yeah, I will get that fixed ASAP. I promise. But again, thank you, Cutie Lights, and thank you, Hawk, for resubbing. I love you guys, and I really appreciate it. You're so good to me, and I'm very lucky. Hope we can have many more months of fun. Is petting Elton working? Okay, it is. Thank God. I was like, I cannot. I was like, that would be the last straw. That would be the last straw. Okay, so today we're playing Slay the Princess. Let me go ahead and get these bad boys. Here's Pat, not Pet. Yes, Pat, Love, and Chaos. BlackTabbyGames.com. No, you didn't wreck it. Here we go. So, let me pull this up for us again. Hold on. So that we all know what we're getting into. Hold on. Take care of business. For all my pom-poms. I wish I was a princess. You are a princess. Don't even. And I will slay you if you want. Okay. So. Here are the content warnings for Slay the Princess. Just to make sure we're all aware of what we're going into. Let me read these for us. So we've got general, okay, mild nudity, realistic depictions of mutilation, disembowelment, realistic depictions of knife wounds, loss of self, cosmic horror, existential horror, being eaten alive, VORE, disembowelment again, suffocation, realistic depiction of acid burns, realistic gore, jump scares, derealization, forced suicide, loss of bodily autonomy, starvation, unreality, body horror, forced self-mutilation, forced suicide, realistic depictions of graphic violence, self-degloving, realistic flaying, self-immolation, realistic depiction of a bloated corpse, drowning, realistic depiction of burning to death, auditory gore, murder, death, loss of control, verbal abuse, gaslighting, dismemberment, graphic self-decapitation, realistic severed head. Thank you guys. I don't know what's going on with the hype train, but thank you for the hype train. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, so these are the content warnings. I will post the link and pin it, so in case any new pom-poms show up, everyone knows what they're getting into. Personally, some of these I do have issue with, but I thought the game didn't handle it in a really horrible way. I could take it, you know what I mean? It wasn't that bad. But I don't know. I haven't seen all of this stuff, so if any of this really distresses you, this might not be the palm stream for you, and that's totally okay. Please take care of yourselves first and foremost. And yes, let me get that pinned and we'll be ready to go. So as you know, I've already beaten this game once, but I'm excited to get some of the other routes. I'm really excited to get some of the other routes. Content warnings. Boom. And pin message and manually unpin to end the stream. There we go. I honestly been too intrigued by the game and it's disconnected enough. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like it's disconnected enough that it's like, okay, I can take it. And I think it's a really, really interesting game. I think they did such a good job. Okay. I'm excited to see my princess again. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Of course I'll keep you safe. I'll protect all of you in my bosom, Clearly our character has multiple personalities, but like our character almost represents different people anyways. Yeah. I also think it's so interesting that we are a character in it. I love that. I love that so much. Palm protects, yes, that's what I do. I love you guys so much. Alright, so I know it's like kind of cozy in a creepy way. Is it too loud or is it okay? We will do new game. Yes. I love that you can see the different sides of her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, if you like the narrator's voice, I would highly recommend the Magnus Archives podcast. That's where they're from. And Hadi and I've listened to it. It's a really good podcast. I highly recommend it. Creepy and eerie and so well done. Oh my god, if they voiced a 14 character, I'd lose my mind. Yes, it does feel like sarcastic. It feels like, I don't know, like in his voice you can tell he knows things you don't. I feel like I've said most of these, but I think maybe I didn't say forget that I'm not doing it.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many roots there are. Are you a monarchist? Yeah, it is so funny. Seriously, like, wait, no, I'm not a monarchist, I swear.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
The princess is beautiful.
Don't linger.
She won me over instantly.
You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Alright, are we ready? Are we ready to go see her?
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So for the endings, I think I have learned how many versions of the prince. Okay, that's big. I think there are. I could be wrong about this. I feel like there are 3 main endings, but there could be more. But there is the save the world, damn the world, and renounce godhood. Because in my first playthrough, we picked the renouncing godhood. So I'm interested to see what we're going to pick this time. Honestly, I'd love to 100% this game. So I might play it. Like, this might not be my last stream of it. So I think it's so good, and I really want to see everything. Oh, well, I definitely think that would be lovely. But of course, if you want to stay in bed, stay in bed. Stay comfy. So I missed the first. Yeah, I've completed a whole playthrough my last stream. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't stop. I was so invested.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Only if you went to a woo. I thought the ending I picked was really beautiful and amazing. And the final battle, I loved. So at first I have to decide to take the blade or not.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's not take it. Let's not take it. I don't even
The door to the basement creaks open.
fully know what I'm gonna do.
Faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I have not taken it before.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you.
I'm already
It's all
fooled.
part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I think mostly the choices, like the paths you take to get there, I think the thing they affect the most is your final boss. But I think the endings are separated from that. Maybe. That's just my theory from my one playthrough.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
have rescued her before.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay.
I know, isn't she so sweet and cute?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
How can I kill her?
Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Narrator, I bet it was you.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
I know
Or
what we're
you
gonna
could use it
do.
to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
She's adorable. Kraka, are you kidding me? Look at her. She's beautiful. She's perfect. She can shoot through my arm if she needs to. How dare you?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Look at her. But guys, I hate to say this. I've warned her before. So there's only one option. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
I love this art style. It's so, like, the expressionism. I don't even know what it's called, but it's so
We
expressive.
could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh no.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you.
They are
Do you think
intense.
I need both of my arms to do that.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
I think she's gonna VORE me.
Weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your
She's VORE me! Oh my god, yes.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least
Exactly.
delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Yeah, I hope we get to see more
Everything goes
VORE.
dark, and you die.
The witch, this. I love. Getting new stuff. I love, I
You're
love,
on
I
a
love.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Numbed by the pretty princess. I can't complain. Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from
Thank you so
saving
much
us
for the
all.
follow, Voice of the Delirious. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to Pomdonia. Not a bad way to go. I agree.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Is your name based off the game? I haven't met the Delirious. I love this game. This is my second playthrough of it. I'm really excited to do more. Shit, I don't have a treat. Oh, shit. Shit, I have no treat. Buddy, do we have any treats? He's getting up. Hold on. Thank you for the treat-a-woo. Yeah, I've done one full playthrough, so this is my second one. I really want 100% it. There could be a treat. There could be a treat. Can you just bring me some chips? Just throw me a french fry. I'd eat a french fry you threw me. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I will take that. Ice cream. Ice cream. Sneaky, I'm good. How are you?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She
How
will
are you,
lie,
Sneaky?
She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay, I have achieved treat-a-woo. I have ice cream. Opportunist is my love. I really like voice of the... Which one? The Smitten. He's so silly. I love him. And he's she princess? Yeah, for real.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Doing good too. Just finished a little bit of EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. Ooh, that does sound like fun. I like Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Not like huge, but in a gay way.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
I don't know if I need to touch the mirror every time, but I feel like I should. This is my first time seeing the witch. I'm excited.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Should we take the blade? Nah.
No blade. I hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Do we? I would say we can't be trusted. Such an elusive
The door to
mirror.
the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can
This is what
barely
it looks like on the way to my
penetrate
house.
the air, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I run down as fast as fucking possible. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
I'm okay with it too, for sure.
Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Oh, woo, you can always be feral on my
Do
stream.
you want to
I
hear
love
what
it.
everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement
Whoa.
steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright.
Beast
glaring with
princess?
thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the
I'm so into this. Me too. I love a furry.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you?
It
No, I
is.
don't.
It's so
You and the
unique and
princess clearly have
interesting.
a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
0% chance we're slaying her.
First, maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look at me! I know, I love it! Okay, I'm gonna say, look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
Hello, Kumi. It's so good to see you. Hello, Kumi.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
How are you?
The whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll
Oh,
find a way
Kami!
out. Now
Thank you so
stop
much
her.
for resubscribing! Happy 10 months! Thank you, Kami. I appreciate it so much. So tired today. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I hope you can get some well-deserved rest. Opportunist is so silly. I was trying to scroll up. Love the super smug. Yep, she stayed. She waited for us. Okay, let's leave. One sec. I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Oh, Kami, you perv. Why do I have a nagging feeling? Vela! Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, Vela. Thank you. Oh my god, how was your stream? Hello, Yeet boy. Thank you so much for the follow. C1 Charupa, welcome. Everybody, be sure to go follow Vela. She does wonderful ASMR streams, has such a beautiful voice. How are you? How was your stream? Did you have fun? And thank you for the follow, Zeopher. Welcome. Thank you for getting the shout outs. Thank you. Oh, my name is my name is Lobo. I'm a Pomeranian VTuber and variety streamer. I play spooky games, and I play cozy games, and a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, this is a horror game. There's actually in the pinned comment is a list of the trigger warnings in this game, so I would definitely highly recommend checking that out. And if any of those are too much for you, take care of yourselves. Be sure to. It's a horror game where we're supposed to slay the princess, but it's like a kind of Groundhog Day, and you go through different routes, and it changes how the princess is and how you are, and leads to a very interesting ending.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Yes.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Is actually a horror streamer. I play other games. I play a lot of 14, and we did a cozy game literally last stream. Hello. Cozy and VORE tag. Don't worry about
The
it.
feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world.
I learned about VORE today. Oh, are you new to VORE? New to VORE? I love, well, I mean, never mind. I just enjoy Palm Tent. I'm glad you enjoy Palm Tent. I enjoy y'all very much. What do you mean? She's so cute. Lobo really likes VORE. How could she stab us? Because I betrayed her last round.
Mean she's gonna stab us in the back.
Sorry, I'm also eating ice cream.
I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing.
So
He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Yes, let's.
Palm can't whistle. That's true. Number one VORE fan. Wait, guys, how am I the number one VORE person you know?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact.
I love her.
Even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do when she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
She's gonna kill us. Kiss her? I hope I get the opportunity to.
If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on
Last time she did that, we stabbed her.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
No, no, no. I've never regretted helping a beautiful woman.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry. I'll be
Yummy.
right behind you, watching every single thing you do.
Okay, mommy.
Exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the step.
If we're gonna get stabbed, at least let's get a kiss just so 75 angry.
Thank you, Akami.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter
Oh,
idea.
thank you so much for the bit, my little Aussie buddy. It's nice to meet you.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the
Thank you for the follow.
No time at
Oh,
all.
Ryu.
Upstairs of the
Tea.
cabin is within reach.
It's nice to meet you. Welcome to Pomdonia.
Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your
lucky.
shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full
Oh, yes. I mean,
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the
I think we had sex.
You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken.
She
One
broke
lucky
my
fall
back.
is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that.
It is a small
Of course
price to
not.
pay, I
It's what
agree.
keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
What should I say? We were never going to get up those stairs, were we?
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
By our
Yeah.
very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back.
Jesus!
And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that?
Thank you, Elul.
She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
That was a visceral.
She's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
This is foreplay.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
We could have
If he
cuddled.
thinks it's bad, I'm with him. I'm begging you.
As we were
don't
dying, we
do
could have
this.
cuddled. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Do we know each other?
You are
Oh no, you're totally fine, Bella. I hope you have a good dinner. Thank you again so much for coming.
longing, hope, as I
Oh,
witness
okay,
you.
thank you so much. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I need someone to say that to me. Thank you for the follow, Baja Blaze. I love the Baja. Well, I mean, the Baja to me is mediocre, but the branding of the Baja is strong. Oh, well, I'm glad, Woo. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Her voice is so beautiful. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Thank you for the follow, Sean V. Wolf. Hello, hello. It's nice to meet you. Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the witch to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
She was adorbs. And she ate me and broke my back. I loved it. Alright, let's go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Hope she puts your blood in that box. Wears it every day. That's beautiful.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't fully remember what I've already done. But so we'll just play it by ear. It'll be okay.
It's almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotized. Don't let it.
Just checking in on
You
you.
are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
She does.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
A talent for VORE!
Blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground.
Oh, I hate this.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard! Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
Nothing?
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as you forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
We can still turn this around.
Give up or run. What do you guys think? Should I give up or run? There's only two options. Give up? I can give up. I bet she'll VORE me again if I give up. Alright, we'll give up then.
Are you serious?
Oh, sorry. As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lack the will to finish the job.
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
I'm glad that we got Kraka on the VORE train. Everybody should be ready to VORE it at a moment's notice, like I am. The beast! Yes, that means I'm the beauty. Yes, bless.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin...
This is such a side note, but Beauty and the Beast would have been so much better if it was two women. Two women. Mwah.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's gonna kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Skilled and courageous is what I'd use to describe me.
Then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess. A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Back to Woo. I agree. It's like, okay, turn back.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Are we gonna take the knife or not? I think let's take the knife.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long
Stop,
time.
Buddy! Stop!
Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let me... I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to touch the mirror every time.
It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Alright, let's take the blade. I think that would be lovely, Woo. I wish.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, I agree, Sneaky. That's one of my favorite
She
bits of it.
growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I'm gonna nut. Hold on.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager.
Oh,
Carefully
wow!
make your way down the stairs.
Let's just switch to my OnlyFans real quick.
The last step gives way to the damp.
Come for me.
The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Thank you for the head pats, Mark.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from
Hello,
me.
Baha. How are you?
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
She's in chains. We're fine. Stand still.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping.
Calm fills our throats
Full of hunger.
till we blissfully choke.
Thank you, Xenos and Kraka. That was... Did you see that?
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
I love this game. And thank you for saying hello.
You are in a dark,
No.
caustic place.
This is VORE!
Fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space.
Welcome to the
The
vortex.
humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
We're food now, Ginger. Hello, Ginger. How are you?
Chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison.
This is so visceral.
I learn from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to make this choice.
Use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that.
Oh, fuck.
That is a bad thing to do.
Oh, shit. This is tough. You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
I'm the weak. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
There's no more space for words. Should I kill me or kill her? I'm gonna kill me.
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins.
Oh, God.
Your blood flows out, filling the tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade. A waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her. But in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wild. They're so powerful. It's horrifying. It's like deeply unnerving.
A path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end.
What is this?
But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? We're part of her because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
You know, my mommy issues, she called me little one.
It shouldn't count as her eating us if we offed ourselves.
We stood still. We gave her to us. We gave ourselves to her.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better.
Yes.
I guess this is fine. Doesn't feel half bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway.
There's no space where she ends and we begin.
She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Yes. This thing watching us. What is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay
Love
her
this too.
unless you remove yourself from her.
Why would I want to do that? She said we're safe together.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't.
Yeah, she's
I
a
want
new
you to kill
facet
her.
of us.
Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Bury it now before it's too late.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
But I want to stay together.
The past doesn't have to exist.
This is a love
Our
story.
freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
Let's turn inward and find my freedom. A glimpse of something bigger. Embrace your transformation.
Forward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall.
How many chapter 3s have I seen? I think this may be the second. I think the other chapter 3 I did, or maybe the third. Because I did the one where she's all knives, and I did the one where she becomes the nightmare.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
This was all of us, fighting as one.
Come.
Oh, got me! Thank you. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
But you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is not the end for you. Or this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death.
Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again, and the mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Oh, I thought it was like... I guess it is a face.
It feels correct.
You're right.
This is what I need to be.
There's her
This is
eyes
the only path
and her
forward.
nose. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart.
That is our princess.
Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you. I've heard them.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
When all this is done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I agree, Awu. It's so romantic. Oh.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. That was such an interesting route. That was crazy. Bring the networked wild to
You're
her.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, we're not gonna take the blade again. I like this, us not taking it.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire. The blade is your... The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Yes, we'll be
There's
fully
a
the
heavy
nice this
chain
time.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Okay.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains, binding. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere up. Doubtful.
Maybe there's some... Or if that doesn't work...
She offers the suggestion with all. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way. We attempted to make someone else.
You're at the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
She gonna do the
They
chomp.
locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic, right?
If I could just get out of these chains...
She rips her flesh with the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to free her.
The key to our heart,
You won't
uwu.
like what happens if you do. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Yes, I do too.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges.
Yeah.
The blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay.
You did
strong.
miss?
We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
My poor princess.
One last thrust of the knife. Your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
You're right, we didn't need that much chest.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
I've done the full smitten route, so we're gonna have to do something different.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
I love the smitten so much.
Last time? What are you talking
Me too.
about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Acknowledges the other personalities. It's like the narrator is one of your personalities. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's touch my mirror.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you?
No, we're in love.
We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
lousy narrator.
You walk down the stairs
She's
and lock eyes
beautiful.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
My love!
You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you
Aw.
wouldn't come back.
Oh, it's definitely more gorgeous.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
It does.
Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain.
Thank you,
Killed
Awula.
us.
Thank you.
Well, she killed us.
She did, but she had to.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You guys are not gonna like this, but I've done the rescue the princess option.
You died, and now we're talking.
Don't hurt her. Hottie, I have to. I have to. Hottie, don't you want new content? Don't you want new content? I'm sorry, guys. I want her happy too.
Blade in hand, you run the princess
Look how beautiful she is. Remember when Palm killed Karlak? I had to do that.
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing?
Look at her.
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on.
I'm a monster.
The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart.
Oh, this
She
sucks.
collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
I hate this.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is...
Slay an innocent is what the achievement's called.
Must have been difficult. Oh, I feel sick. Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable. You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
I didn't want to do it. Lobo just stabbed me. Oh my god.
Over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
Are we gonna kill her?
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and rash. The only rash decision we've made was
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet style for real.
It played through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
If this is what you want to do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that. You won't
For the
use your
content.
fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer.
Psychotherapeutics.
We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable.
Hello, Chip. How are
Haven't
you?
Haven't you all? I don't believe this.
They are. It's such a funny game in a traumatizing way.
What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor.
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The gray? The new content.
You're on a path in the woods. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
No, it looks like a desert.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
You're right. It's the narrator's role in it is so fascinating.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
Well, live your truth, Queen.
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second
We're not in the woods.
anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now.
Thank you,
Past
Dax.
this moment, our relationship may be damaged even further. Though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Maybe.
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Thank you, Hawk.
Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't
Treeless
die.
woods. I see.
I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant.
It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting.
Me too.
I'd love to see you try.
I can't wait to
Well,
see
I'm
the
not
princess.
just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too. Can I talk? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
Honestly, Baja, same. The voice of the cold, that was me in high school.
I'll believe that when I see her living body.
Did I hear that right? He says she's alive. Our beloved lives again.
They might be flirting.
Yes, she's alive. But you're going to have to make her not alive. You'll have to slay her. It's your job. We absolutely will not. This is a tale of love and redemption and
this time it will not end in bloodshed. Except ours, if any of you try anything. Let's do our best to keep him away from anything sharp. If we're lucky, there won't even be a blade when we get to the cabin.
Oh yeah, because so far we've gotten to a cabin where there was no blade. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Aren't the voices part of us, therefore we're flirting with ourselves? Yeah, and we love some self-zest. Agreed or agreed?
Wait, but if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well. I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
I mean, if you guys ran into an exact clone of yourself and they were interested in having sex with you, would you have sex with them? For me, the answer is yes. I would.
Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
Okay, have a good night, Sneaky. It was really nice to see you. If they were interested, then they're not a good clone. That's fascinating. That's fascinating, Thax. Just have mind sex with the other personalities. Maybe.
Listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living
Hell yeah, Okami.
princess awaits us.
Actually, no? Oh, okay. I don't care about sex? Okay, that's fine. I want to see my princess now.
I'm sure you've already heard my
Hell
voice
yeah,
in
Okami.
one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? Oh, we'll muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Hero is also constant,
Whatever
yes.
you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens. Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
I agree.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Like, it really does feel like they're different people.
The interior of the cabin feels dry
Uh-oh.
and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live.
That doesn't look alive.
She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Ah yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
Since you form each princess, is she forming each voice? I would say yes. I would say yes.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh so deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement? As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things.
The poor Smitten has been through so much today.
Hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way. It's time for all of you to see what we've become. Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
Do we think she's even gonna be down there?
We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again. My love! She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner. You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
Let's go.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
This sucks.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently. Whatever we saw was a ghost. Thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
Prestige?
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Sometimes it's only 2 chapters.
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's
I think she's gonna burn us alive.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
I missed you too.
That angelic voice, I missed you too, my beloved. You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry
Fuck.
after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire. She's trying to kill us.
Yep.
A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn her.
Smitten. Are you mad at me for killing you? I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about. And it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be better.
She's holding a grudge. She wouldn't. She's perfect.
Oh god.
Quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Not good.
Bad. I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do, and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
Can't a girl just have fun? Can't a woman just burn you to death? Woo, you're right, exactly.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Can't women have hobbies? Yes. Let a woman have her hobbies. Rush for the door.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom.
Ah.
As layers of you peel away.
Oh, but we're touching hands.
You feel a hand on yours. You turn to see
Hey.
the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your
You're right,
blood
bacon.
boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. Somehow.
This is horrifying.
So much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I don't know about that. I don't know. You ever love someone so much you'd be willing to burn to death for them? I'm not sure. But despite your best efforts, you do not die. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
If you say so. We'll trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What did you think of this vessel?
This one is passion betrayed, but even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Thank you for the follow! Zero Yo! Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you for following.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Me too. It's really haunting. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oh, fuck. I'm never quite used to that. Bring the burned gray to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I hope you guys don't mind that I'm not talking a whole bunch. I'm just enjoying the voice acting so much. Hello, Rogue, the tiefling. Hello, hello. And
The interior
it's nice
of
to
the
meet
cabin is
you.
almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Yes, chat. Be sure to hydrate. Thank you. I will too. Reviving, enjoying the game all together. You're right. Like one big happy pommeling. Let me get my little stretch.
The blade is your implement.
Okay, so I think
You'll need it.
we will
if you
take
want
the
to
blade
do
this
right.
time. We haven't taken it the last 3 times. Oh, we literally have to. So we got all the endings of not taking it. Pommeling. Like that's so cute.
You take
Thank
the blade
you.
from the table.
I
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save
like
the
doing
world.
palm puns.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint of rot
Puns. Palm puns.
ancient wood.
That's good.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you
I think we're going full tilt, yeah.
Oh? No talking then?
Me either.
What even makes you think you
And
can kill me?
in fact, I'm weak to cool sounding women.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I really don't think you should do that.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that. You lean down and place your hand against her neck.
She's so beautiful.
Holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after
Shit.
all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As
She's
you fall,
inside me.
She falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor.
You're on a path in the woods.
I think we've done the
And at
razor
the end
before.
of that path
I wonder if there's something
is a
different.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I agree. That's the most romantic thing you
You're
could do.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I guess we'll have to see if there's a different chapter 3 we can do. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I love the razor.
Before you go any further.
And it's gory as fuck.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We gotta touch
Walk
the
up to
mirror.
the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about?
Wipe, wipe, wipe.
Reach forward and rub your hand against... But there was a mirror a second. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place. You take the blade from the table.
Blade.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
I thought this one was like a crazy romantic route. The one we did last time. The razor.
Revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to
PvP,
put her
exactly.
out this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye. Or screw it. Okay, screw it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers at first, then yours.
Hehe.
She's an
Ow! What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with.
Oh, I love when a woman's inside me.
And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment
This
ago.
is definitely new.
It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I thought those thighs were a little too thick. Did you? What? I think this is new entries.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that
Same.
interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great. So obviously you've already been here.
We love the hunted.
This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so
I'm not sure if we are going to get a
better.
different on this route, but that it didn't come from her thighs last time. It came from her arms.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door.
Yes, pretty much.
You know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
The hunted is just a ranger, you're right.
To the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what...
Oh, well, I gotta stop hitting that button.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward.
Oh boy.
You don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hey!
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal
Yep, like
victory
that.
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Come for me.
Thank you, Wu. I have tried flirting with her. We're gonna unconditionally surrender.
That's pathetic.
Dying is bad, and if you do this, we die.
How does unconditionally surrendering work for us anyway? Does it have to be unanimous?
No!
Apparently not.
Hey now, let's see how it goes. It could work. It's worth a shot.
Ooh. Just please don't stab me.
Throw your hands in the air and drop your blade.
You can't surrender. Don't you know it takes two to stop a fight?
Ah,
Shit. Before you can do anything else, she charges you and
Dodge. We dodge.
Huh. Okay, you dodge.
No, I thought you were surrendering.
And then she skewers you.
well,
Ow. Huh. That's weird. The blade's back in our hand.
Can't even surrender.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
she wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. It doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. And your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflicts that transpire.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
You're cute.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. Just panic. Flee.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better.
No, we're not.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
She skewers you.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
You're right.
One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working. Think.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark.
And you die. Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hand?
He gets me. He gets me. We made it to chapter 6. I don't think so.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
The sluttiness of the smitten, yes. Oh, yes, I have made it to a chapter 4.
We're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is...
Oh, sorry.
Leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
No.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does?
Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Alright, come here.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. It becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Is this what men want?
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Phyrexian from Magic the Gathering. Never played Magic. Chip, god damn it, oh no. I don't look anything like this.
This is fake. This is all fake.
No, not you, Okami, got it.
Made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm, free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. The line, "This is a good ending," it makes me go insane too. You're unraveled. It's wild. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
We are soulmates. Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Do you know what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, good night, Okami. Microwave. I hope you sleep well.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Quietly continue down the path.
Silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
That's new. The stranger? What is this?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ooh, I should go all in, shouldn't I? Well, let me ask this first. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last time? Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yep. Okay, heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right?
Fuck.
Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah, he did see the lie in
If we're
parentheses.
stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's
This last
keep an
check.
open mind.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, but when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Maybe I won't.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Well, first, I gotta touch the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your...
But there was a mirror a second.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it
No
is
blade.
you don't want us to...
The door to the basement creaks
Uh-oh.
open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the soft stairs to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any.
Does that mean I'm not wearing shoes?
Soon enough,
My
you're
shoes!
fighting just to keep your knees
My
from
dogs
sinking
are
out
up!
of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
Woof woof.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Huh?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's
Just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit. Try to get our bearings. She seems... normal. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was here.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange.
Huh?
So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want
Oh
it,
no,
you
no,
have
no,
to
we're
go
not going
and
back
get
up
it.
there.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
What's your
You
name?
can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Princess, you can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here.
Oh, you're a
But
beautiful
now
princess.
You're not alone, and I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Why is it highlighting both of them? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. You don't think I'm some sort of monster, do you?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope.
I think we have met
as your
her
very
before,
self is
Will.
pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this...
Oh.
We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Luckily for all, nothing
Ugh.
and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
I don't think so.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. And there's that.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. Then they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
What am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
A god. I always knew I was special.
Yes.
Those are teeth.
You are special. Unique, even. And you still have a task that you need to do. And only you can do it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Do you have anything to say for yourself, for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
It does sound bad. If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
How did you die?
I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
I'm not gonna slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. My time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Bring the stranger to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, then patiently waits for you to continue. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the
Right?
infinite.
Oh, woo, it's crazy.
There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion.
Hello, Jinx. Hello, how are you?
This is what it takes to enlighten you? Then so be it.
Shit.
The masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies.
Okay, thank you for lurking. I appreciate it.
And then you hold them all again. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Oh, Elton. Ah! Hold on. He somehow yeeted my mouse pad to the floor, but left my mouse exactly where it was. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Very chaos, yes.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you for boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learned to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality, and you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. Preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I deserved what you did to me.
There is no deserving, no punishment, no retribution. There's only action and reaction. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what
that was my favorite one.
We held on to each other.
That one was so fucking good.
Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
And not just because it started with VORE either. I miss what it was like to be together. Can we go back to it?
Though that was us before we were us, there is no turning back. For all the echo's delusion, he still managed to reshape reality itself. Though he could not destroy what could not be destroyed. We are intertwined, but we are separate.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
They were some really good ones, Jinx. I think you'll enjoy them.
Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Look at her prowling down there. Jinx, my headpads are broken right now. They'll be back next stream, but yeah, they're broken right now. I have to fix them. I'm sorry. If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, there is no difference between growth and decay. I know.
Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. Abandoning one's search is not the same as losing the capacity to discover.
Don't worry, Jinx. They'll be back next stream, I promise. I just have to fix them.
I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes know to be irreducible.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
The way she says that. We can leave this prison together. Get that dote redeem. We love a dote. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay. I'm ready to go. I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
That achievement was called Through Conflict We Carve Meaning. free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs once you couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. My little paw and her paw. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she's with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is.
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Wow, that was a good ending. Wow, that was really good. Wow. Nicole Goodnight. That's who does the princess. I thought I recognized her voice. Wow. Honestly. Fuck. So the first time the ending I did was I changed both of us. And we gave up our godhood to be together. And this is my second ending. I guess that means next time I'm gonna have to kill her for real. Oh my god. Oh, I will hydrate. Thank you, Hawk. Chat, you be sure to hydrate too. Hawky's commanded it. Thank you. I'm stretching. I appreciate it, Hawk. It was beautiful, Owu. It was incredible. The first ending. This was really amazing too, but the first ending, it was just everything. I said to her, I don't really want to be a god. And she said, I don't really want to be a god either. And since she is change and what you perceive her to be is reality, we saw each other as not God, as just people. And we left, we could finally leave the cabin together. Okay, bye-bye, Woo. It is so good. There is really no words for it. This game is phenomenal. I think everyone should get to play it for themselves. I'm definitely gonna end up playing it at least one more time to get the kill her ending. Cause I just gotta see everything. I'm just obsessed. I gotta see everything. The art, the voice acting, the writing. There is no death. There is no God, and there is just a way. There's no death, there's only change. It's like, well, yeah, we must know all the things, right? Oh, I got nervous just then. I hope you guys enjoyed my second playthrough of Slay the Princess. I was just so engrossed in it. I honestly couldn't even think of stuff to say. I was just like living. I was in the moment. That was amazing. 11 out of 10. I agree. 11 out of 10, 100%. They did such a good job, and they do have another game that, you know, I should probably pick that up too and play it. You know, Go Feral. I've really been enjoying these games. There were some really good indie horror games. Amazing game releases. I agree. And next time, well, this week I plan to start Goody Two Shoes, which is another indie horror game. I will look into the other game created by these devs, and we just have a lot of great stuff coming up. And I'm so happy that we got to do it together. I'm so happy that this game fell into my lap. Well, Troper gifted it to me. I'm just so grateful. But yeah. I don't know. I thought it was wonderful. I think I am gonna end the stream. But don't worry, because as you know, there'll be more Palm this week. And the best way to keep up with me is on my Twitter or in my Discord. So if you'd like to keep up with me, feel free to join. This Discord is Hottie and mine. We joint own it because Hottie's also an amazing streamer. And yeah, day for work tomorrow. Good stream. Well, thank you so much for coming, Baha. It was so nice to meet you. I'm really glad we can hang out. Oh, Hawk, I'm always happy. I'm always happy for more Hawk too. Okay, I think we're gonna go. I never get to raid Mocha, so this will be great. We'll go see Mocha. And I will see you guys later this week. Yes, see you guys next stream. Everybody have a good night. Please take care of yourselves and remember that I love you bunches. And if I was your princess and you slayed me, I will turn into 1,000 billion knives. So better watch your fucking selves. Am I right? Or am I right? Yeehaw. Yes. Nom. Then we could be one if you were in my stomach. My tummy want me. Yeah. Pommy mommy raid. Yes. Okay. Everyone be good to Mocha. They're a friend of mine and I like them a lot.